The world is changing. The amount of new information that people are both giving and receiving increases every day at an astonishing rate and is only going to go up in the future. At the center of this change are social media sites such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and other sites where people post their opinions for hundreds or perhaps thousands of other people to see, creating a whirlwind of news and opinion of an endless number of topics. With millions of people and thousands of other news outlets, social media can almost instantaneously take a single news story and tell it around the world within minutes. To prove to you that the world is changing, I'm going to compare two different but extremely important world events that news had a crucial role in to inform the people of what exactly was going on. Let's take a trip back to November 22nd, 1963, in which one of the most darkest and unforgivable events in United States history occurred. On this day, President John F. Kennedy was shot and killed while riding in his limousine in Dallas, Texas. For the citizens of Dallas and its surrounding areas, news of this catastrophic event spread quickly by word of mouth. But for those people elsewhere in the United States and beyond, it often took much longer. Confusion as to what was happening, as well as it taking time for news sources to get a reliable story to tell to the people of the world what exactly happened that day, had people on the edge of their seats waiting to hear the latest news broadcast. Fast forward almost 50 years to another unforgettable event in United States history, the assassination of Osama bin Laden. Within minutes of his assassination, people all throughout the globe knew this world-changing news because of the emergence of social media such as Twitter as a news source. First news of the event was released at 10:24 p.m., and by 11 p.m. there were over 5,000 tweets per second on the subject, with 12.4 million tweets per hour. This fact alone shows the pure amount of power social media has on spreading news, as well as the speed in which it can do it. But at what price are we getting this information? A very good question that circles around the center of social media becoming a news source is it important to get the news out there in real time, even if the facts are not yet confirmed? Or is it better to wait until the sources have been confirmed prior to making an announcement? What do people really want? In the article, How Reliable is Twitter?, the author cites research that had been done on tweets 45 minutes after the Boston Marathon bombings last year. In this study, the researchers concluded 29% of the content on Twitter were rumors and fake content. This information was the most viral content. Also, a large number of users with high social reputation and verified accounts were responsible for spreading fake content. In the end, only 20% of the content on Twitter at the time was true information. Since social media sites have followers in the hundreds of millions, what somebody perceives as the truth can be spread across the globe in a matter of seconds. This causes a chain reaction of false information that could give somebody the wrong idea of what actually is going on. Today, everybody has some sort of social media account, all the way from the 10-year-old kid with an iPhone to the 80-year-old with a desktop. For the average user of social media, you would have to be extremely naive to believe everything anybody said on social media was the truth. In the same study done before, it was concluded that 51% of all content on Twitter was purely opinionated, subjective material. One of the biggest downfalls to social media as a reliable news source is how particularly easy it is for anybody to register an account and provide your opinion on a news topic. Not everybody on social media sites is qualified to give an educated opinion, but it doesn't stop people from giving their input and potentially altering a news story altogether. Today, social media is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. The number of users it contains, combined with the speed at which it conveys its messages across the globe, gives it a power that few other methods of communicating can duplicate. Although this may be true, these aspects create a double-edged sword by potentially creating a news source for people that lacks credibility and reliability with the news it produces. Confusion, false information, and misinterpretation of social media news could potentially have a serious impact on how we as a society trust and interpret news going into the future.